Ramadan was a special time in the village. The entire community came together in a spirit of unity and devotion. The streets were adorned with beautiful decorations, and the village mosque was illuminated with a warm, inviting glow. The air was filled with the scent of spices and anticipation. The marketplace buzzed with activity as villagers prepared for the daily iftar, the meal to break their fast. Stalls overflowed with colorful spices, fresh produce, and delicious treats. Everyone fasted from sunrise to sunset. It was a time of reflection, self-discipline, and spiritual growth. The villagers rose early to eat suhoor, the pre-dawn meal, before beginning their fast. Kareem, a poor villager, was no different. Despite his humble circumstances, he observed the fast with unwavering faith and dedication. His days were spent in prayer and contemplation. He looked forward to breaking his fast each day with a single date and a sip of water. This simple meal was a moment of profound gratitude for Kareem, a reminder of the blessings he had, no matter how small. Kareem lived in a small hut. He had very little in terms of material wealth, but his heart was rich with kindness and generosity. His home was modest, but it was filled with warmth and love. But he had a big heart. Kareem was known throughout the village for his generosity. He always greeted his neighbors with a warm smile and a kind word, and he never hesitated to share what little he had. He believed in sharing what he had, no matter how small. During Ramadan, this spirit of giving was even more pronounced. Kareem would often invite others to join him for iftar, offering them a portion of his meager meal. One hot afternoon, the sun began to set. The sky was painted with hues of orange and pink, signaling the end of another day of fasting. The village was quiet, as everyone prepared for the evening prayer and the breaking of the fast. The call to prayer echoed through the village. It was a sound that brought comfort and peace to the hearts of the villagers, a reminder of their faith and the community they were a part of. Kareem sat outside his hut. He watched the sun dip below the horizon, feeling a sense of calm wash over him. In his hand, he held a single date, ready to break his fast. He had a single date in his hand. It was a small, humble offering, but to Kareem, it was a symbol of his faith and resilience. It was his only food for the breaking of the fast. Despite its simplicity, it was enough for Kareem. He cherished this moment of breaking his fast, feeling a deep connection to his faith and his community. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a tired traveler approached Kareem. The man looked exhausted, his clothes dusty from the long journey. Kareem could see the weariness in his eyes. The traveler was weary and hungry. He had been walking for days, with little food or water to sustain him. His face was etched with fatigue, and his steps were slow and heavy. He asked Kareem for some food and water. Kareem looked at the single date in his hand, then back at the traveler. Without hesitation, he offered the date to the man, knowing that this small act of kindness could make a world of difference. Kareem's heart went out to the traveler. He could see the weariness in the man's eyes, the kind of exhaustion that comes from days of wandering without proper food or water. Kareem had been in that position before, and he knew the desperation that came with it. He knew what it was like to be hungry, the gnawing pain in the stomach, the dry throat, and the weakening of the body. These were feelings Kareem was all too familiar with. Without hesitation, Kareem offered the traveler his only date and the last of his water. It was a small gesture, but it meant the world to someone in need. The traveler was surprised by Kareem's generosity. In a world where everyone looked out for themselves, such acts of kindness were rare. He gratefully accepted the date and water. The relief was evident on his face as he savored the food and quenched his thirst. He thanked Kareem for his kindness. Words were not enough to express his gratitude, but the sincerity in his eyes spoke volumes. The traveler continued on his journey, his steps a little lighter, his heart a little fuller. He knew he had been blessed that day. Kareem, though hungry, felt a sense of peace. There was a deep satisfaction in knowing he had helped someone in need. He knew he had done the right thing. The warmth in his heart was a reward in itself. He believed that Allah would provide for him. In his faith, he found strength and hope for the days to come. That night, Kareem went to sleep with an empty stomach. But his heart was full. He had shown compassion and generosity. He had helped someone in need. As he lay down to sleep, Kareem prayed. He thanked Allah for the blessings in his life. He asked for strength and guidance. Even though he was hungry, Kareem slept soundly. He knew that Allah was watching over him. The next morning, Kareem was awakened by a knock at his door. he was surprised to see a wealthy merchant standing outside. The merchant was known for his kindness and generosity. The merchant had heard about Kareem's selfless act the previous night. He was impressed by Kareem's generosity. He offered Kareem a job in his shop. Kareem was overjoyed. He accepted the merchant's offer with gratitude. He knew this was a blessing from Allah. Kareem worked hard in the merchant's shop. Every day he would arrive early, ready to take on the tasks of the day with a positive attitude and a strong work ethic. His dedication was evident in everything he did, from organizing the shelves to assisting customers with a warm smile. He was honest and trustworthy. His reputation for integrity spread quickly among the customers, who began to seek him out specifically for their needs. Kareem's honesty was not just in his words but in his actions, always ensuring that he gave the correct change and never overcharged. The merchant was very pleased with Kareem's work. He rewarded Kareem generously. Kareem's life changed dramatically. The merchant's recognition of Kareem's hard work and dedication was a turning point. It wasn't just about the monetary reward, it was about the trust and respect that came with it. He was able to move to a bigger house. This new home was not just a physical space, but a symbol of the new opportunities and stability that had come into his life. It was a place where his family could grow and thrive. He had enough food to eat. For the first time in a long while, Kareem and his family could enjoy meals without worrying about the next one. They could afford fresh, nutritious food, which brought joy and health to their lives. He was also able to help others in need. Kareem understood the struggles of those less fortunate and made it a point to give back to his community. He would often volunteer his time and resources to help the needy, sharing his blessings with those around him. Kareem never forgot the lesson he learned that Ramadan, the holy month, had taught him the value of patience, perseverance, and the importance of giving. It was a time of reflection and spiritual growth that stayed with him throughout his life. He realized that Allah rewards those who are kind and generous. This realization was a guiding principle in his life, influencing his actions and decisions. He knew that true wealth was not in material possessions, but in the richness of the heart. He continued to live his life with compassion and gratitude. Every day was an opportunity to practice kindness and to be thankful for the blessings he had received. His life became a testament to the power of gratitude and generosity. Kareem's story is a reminder that even small acts of kindness can have a big impact. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that can touch many lives. Kareem's journey shows us that our actions, guided by compassion, can change the world around us. When we give to others, we are also giving to ourselves. The joy and fulfillment that come from helping others enrich our own lives. It is in giving that we truly receive, finding deeper meaning and connection in our everyday interactions. Allah sees our good deeds and rewards us in ways we cannot imagine. His blessings are abundant and often come in unexpected forms. By living a life of kindness and generosity, we open ourselves to the boundless rewards that Allah has in store for us.